An up-and-coming producer who I promise you by this time next year will be a household name. He goes by the name of Metro Boomin.
Before Metro Boomin would collab with a long list including Future, Drake, 21 Savage, Gucci Mane, Young Thug, and Kanye West, just to name a few. Metro Boomin made it onto Forbes 30 Under 30 in the music category and would be credited with 2 Grammy nominations, one for the album The Pink Print and another for Tuesday with I Love McConan featuring Drake. His name got pulled into the 2016 presidential campaign with everyone stating Metro Boomin doesn't trust Trump.
Oh yeah, and then the whole Trump rally thing, like I've been seeing that. That's so crazy because all that stemmed from like a tweet that I didn't even do. It was like a fake tweet, but it's crazy.
Now, it only seldom happens where a producer becomes just as admired as that of a rapper. Metro Boomin made his first beat back at the age of 13 after being inspired by fellow St. Louis native Nelly and his rise to fame in the early 2000s. At the time, there wasn't much work for the young aspiring producer in his hometown, so he took to MySpace and Twitter to send his beats to whomever would grab them, whether he got paid or not. Eventually, he began to make a name for himself in Atlanta, and this was before he even graduated high school. Soon he was spending all his weekends in the ATL, which was an 8-hour car drive, and he would have to beg his mom to take him there. Just as his career was taking flight, he was enrolled in college, so the dude had to convince his mom that he was booming so he could drop out of school. What's going on, guys? My name is MCCRUDDEN, documenting the life and career of Metro Boomin prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, you guys have requested this video for a long time, so I'm happy we're finally getting it done. I know G Herbo is another one you guys are looking for, but as always, let me know in the comments down below who you want me to document next. Oh yeah, and you can find me on Instagrizzy. There it is right there. Or there, I don't know.
Who are you?
I'm young. Some people call me Metro, or Young Metro, or Metro Boomin, or Leland.
Metro Boomin was born Leland Tyler Wayne on September 16, 1993 in St. Louis, Missouri. His mother gave him the name Leland Wayne, so no matter what he aspired to become, he'd have a name that would fit. He was encouraged to go after greatness like become an astronaut or even the president. Growing up, she referred to her boy as her little Morehouse man, as encouragement that he would one day attend the historical black college. He is the eldest of 5, with his youngest sibling being a newborn. His father Lamont worked at Lowe's, and he and his mother Leslie separated when Leland was in the 3rd grade. Geez, that's a lot of L words to jam into one sentence. The separation would take a toll on young Leland, and at the time of this recording, well, he has yet to reunite with his father. Leland took an interest in music at an early age, digging through his mother's CDs, and enjoyed everything from MC Lyta to Ice Cube and even some Faith Hill. When Leland was 7 years old, Nelly's Country Grammar came out and it soared to the top of the charts. It made Nelly a hometown hero in St. Louis, and Leland, well, he had found his first idol. He decided that a career in music as a rapper would be his future, but his mother wasn't buying it, so for her to take him more seriously, he told her that he would instead become a producer, although he still kind of wanted to be a rapper. He started making beats in the 7th grade after his mom got him a keyboard and Fruity Loops software. She later got him an MPC. At first, he was working under the moniker Little Mont, which was a name he borrowed from his old man, a name he would later abandon. He became obsessed with making beats, and eventually that was all he ever wanted to do. So he's like, alright, forget it. I won't be a rapper. Nelly's killing it anyway. He attended Parkway North High School, where he played bass guitar in the school band and dabbled in piano, but would rush home every day after school to produce beats, pumping out an average of 5 a day. But there was much to learn. In his interview with Fader magazine, he revealed that he needed to use Google to figure out how to get bass sound.
Much to learn. You still have.
He became obsessed with the craft and opted out of attending school parties or getting into any trouble, pouring all his time and energy into making beats. His mom was strict and he needed to maintain his honor roll grades, so let's just assume he wasn't the dude to call and ask what was poppin' on a Friday night. As Leland was building up his skill set, the city of St. Louis was no longer the hotbed it once was for rap, with artists like Nelly having moved on. And it was then Leland struggled to find other artists to collaborate with. He then took to MySpace and Twitter, also Wikipedia. He would look up rappers online and send out his beats to whoever would take them. His beats were being scooped up everywhere from Mississippi to DC. Sometimes he'd get a payment of $100 to $200, other times he wouldn't get squat, but he was just excited to hear other people rapping to his shit. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, especially with the new YouTube rules, people rapping to his beats. There we go.
Yeah, I had this beat over here I was messing with, and this is what the drum part sounded like.
time, his favorite artists were Gucci Mane and Jeezy, so he put a lot of focus and energy into making some contacts in Atlanta. Eventually, his work caught the attention of recording engineer Caveman, who passed his music over to OJ the Juice Man. OJ liked what he heard, so he invited young Leland to meet with him in Atlanta. But first, Leland had to convince his mother A, he would be allowed to go, and B, that she would give him a lift in her Camry. And it being 8 hours from St. Louis, the trip took them 17 hours to get there and back. Leland met OJ for lunch and then they went to the studio. The two hit it off and Leland found himself heading to Atlanta every weekend while he was still in high school. Around this time, Leland also got himself a lady by the name of Chelsea. The two became a couple in the 12th grade and they're still together today. With him having to maintain good grades, working on his career, traveling to Atlanta, and taking care of a girlfriend, well, this dude certainly has some serious multitasking skills. Which I don't have. I forget to eat. Although, you probably wouldn't believe that. He got his moniker Metro Boomin from OJ the Juice Man, who in the studio would tell Leland that his work was boomin'. The Metro was borrowed from the St. Louis subway system known as Metro Link. Soon Metro Boomin would be introduced to Gucci Mane, who also liked what the young producer had been working on. From there he would start working not only with Gucci, but with Migos, and then he got his first major label placement on Future's single Karate Chop, which broke the Billboard Hot 100. In regards, his career was taking off, but Metro had been accepted to Morehouse College, which is only one of 2 historical black colleges in the United States. There he would study business management. He couldn't let his mama down, he was still her little Morehouse fan, so off to school he went. He quickly turned his dorm room into a studio, and between classes, he would be in his room making beats. With the speakers banging, everyone wanted to know more about his music, and Metro Boomin soon realized that school was a distraction from the path he was already going down. His collaboration with Future was blowing up, and he told his mom that he was going to take a semester off school, but would never return. In 2013, Metro dropped his debut mixtape, 19 and Boomin', and has worked with practically everyone in the game. We're talking Gucci Mane, Nicki Minaj, Ludacris, Future, Yo Gotti, Wiz Khalifa, Chief Keef, The Weeknd, YG, Young Jeezy, Meek Mill, Travis Scott, Ace Hood, SAM, Young Scooter, Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan, Trinidad James, Drake, Kanye West, and the list goes on and on and on. As for the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden and thanks for checking out this channel. We do all sorts of crazy bios on here. We do a lot of rappers because those videos are pretty popular. We also do models, we do athletes, we do comedians, and you should browse around. They're all organized into playlists, so they're easy to find and easy to sit through. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in another video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Michael McCrudden. I'll see you guys in another video. Also, do you want me to do an After They're Famous on Nelly? I mean, what happened to that guy?
Face about it front neck, don't know how to act. Without no vouchers on no boosters, bringing nothing back.